Hello and welcome to this episode of the Work in Progress podcast. I am your host, Colleta Macharia, life coach and author of the book, How to Design Your Career Game Plan. I want to start by telling you a story of this time I went to a tailor and had him make a beautiful dress for me. And when I went to collect it, and I noticed that the seams were quite large. He had made quite some big allowances on the side seams. And when I asked him about it, he said, I left it that way so that when you grow fat, you can open up the seams and just adjust it to fit. So I think you'll grow into it. And I thought that was quite interesting. It kind of reminded me of a time, when we were young, our parents would buy us oversized clothes and oversized shoes, so that as we grew, we would continue wearing the same shoes and the same clothes over a longer period of time. And making allowances, making provisions is not a bad thing in itself. In fact, we make provisions in business. For example, we make provision for bad debts. We make provision for depreciation. And that's okay. It really depends on what your situation is and where you're at and what you want to achieve. But quite frankly, I was not intending to get to the point where I would need to open up the seams of my dress as a result of, having grown fat, as the seamstress put it. So thinking about making provisions, it got me thinking also about other important provisions that we need to make in life. For example, right now I'm recording this episode from a holiday destination in the Masai Mara. And I tell you, it's really beautiful to be at a place where I can come away and rest and get refreshed and just be away from the usual and the hustle and bustle of the everyday activities. And I did mention in a previous episode that I was a fully subscribed and paid up member of this club called Bite More Than You Can Chew. And what I came to realize is that unsubscribing from this club is not a one-off thing. It's something that I often find myself going back to just to review and ensure that I'm not putting myself in that space where I am taking on too much or filling up my schedule or my calendar with so many things to the point where I am stretched so thin. And when I have a chance to come away and rest, I take it with both hands. And I wonder if I'm the only one who finds myself grappling or juggling so many things that making provision for a time to rest is something that I have to be very deliberate and intentional about. I would love to hear your story, and I would love to hear also what other things you find necessary to make provision for. In the meantime, I want to leave you with this Irish proverb. May you have the hindsight to know where you've been, the foresight to know where you're going, and the insight to know when you've gone too far. Have a reflective week, keep shining, and see you on the next episode. The Work in Progress podcast is brought to you by Cogent Afrique. Visit www.cogentafrique.com to check out learning and development opportunities for you, your team, organization, and family.